Increasing business competitiveness is essential to growing Belize's export market. 90% of Belize's exports consist of livestock and food. To become more competitive, the local export market must become more diverse and innovative. The Commonwealth Secretariat has been providing technical assistance in this area to Belize.
From the surveys we've done, we've seen that is something, right? I do believe that an average Belizean company wants to do better, right? But again, to be innovative also requires some finance. So sometimes people think, I would like to do that, but then I don't have the money, so I just need to stay where I am. But innovation, it's critical, and I believe it's also the next level to moving forward for any company at all. I mean, if you listen to Nikita, he talked about it in his presentation. They had to innovate. They were only doing citrus, but they realized that we can't sit here, okay? What can we do better? How else can we present? It might be the same product, but how can we present it in a different way?
As an example of innovation, Nikita Usher at Citrus Products of Belize Limited shared how a sharp decline in citrus production led to innovation in their company.
We hear about the pandemic in 2019 or 2020, but citrus industry faced a pandemic long before 2019. The citrus industry faced the pandemic called a reduction in production. And a reduction in production has substantial effect on a plant that was built or designed to do 10 million boxes of fruit. Today, we're at 2 million boxes of fruit caused by a disease. That is a pandemic that is worse than COVID for us. And so we must now find ways to diversify even more. And hence the reason now we have taken one of those beautiful plants that has a number of stainless steel equipments, very beautiful, and converted them into a tropical producing plant. So today, we are now pushing soursop as a product, pineapple as a product, passion fruit as a product, and coconut is to come later this year.
But apart from diversification, CARICOM member states are faced with a number of trade barriers that stagnates growth across the region.
The challenges to trade among the Caribbean is unacceptable, but there are other factors as well. One is the logistics to trade within the Caribbean. So it is almost impossible to trade from Belize directly to a country in the Caribbean. It has to go through Miami and then Miami to the Caribbean. That is one problem. Two, there is also a limitation in terms of communication by ear. Even if you want to be in two different countries in the Caribbean, actually you will have to go, say for example, you want to be in Turks and Caicos, you will have to go Belize, Miami, Miami, Turks and Caicos. But if you plan to spend the following week in Barbados, you will have to go from Turks and Caicos to Miami and then Miami to Barbados. So even among the Caribbean countries, we can see that there are limitations in terms of logistics.
Improving trade networks within the region is a critical component to export competitiveness within the region, says C.O. Martinez. Lisa Callender, a consultant for the Commonwealth Secretariat and Beltrade, is working closely with Belizean exporters to develop a roadmap for export competitiveness.
I'm in Jamaica, and there's the same conversation going on in Jamaica, because the reality is that most companies in CARICOM are relatively small vis-a-vis the global market. Our company size, even the larger companies, are quite small in terms of global competition. And so the CARICOM single market and economy is very, very critical to getting companies to have a space where they can grow. Most markets are fairly small and fragmented because the purchasing power of a lot of the populations is not great. And so the CARICOM single market and economy needs to be firmly on the agenda for everyone. It is a question of rationalizing and harmonizing policy space. And even though we are similar, we've come from different histories and different backgrounds. So that harmonization has to be operationalized very quickly, and it's already been too long. We are also in Jamaica quite frustrated about it.
A draft of the roadmap was reviewed at today's forum. From today, a concrete action plan will be put forward. Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.